Mr. Speaker, only someone who is delusional will not rise in this chamber to give support to these 2026-2027 estimates of revenue and expenditure. Only a madman. And so, Mr. Speaker, the people of Gros Islet have said that they elect lucid individuals to run their affairs, and so I have no choice when we look at what's in this budget but to rise in full support of the 2026-2027 estimates of revenue and expenditure. I say this, Mr. Speaker, because never before in our nation's history has a Minister of Finance so quickly shifted an economy from the cusp of ruin to the envy of the developing world, Mr. Speaker. In case some of us have selective amnesia, in 2021, this government inherited a government suffering from economic lethargy on steroids, a treasury allergic to fiscal savings, and a citizenry desperate to be freed from the political woes and mistake of 2016, Mr. Speaker. But now, Mr. Speaker, these estimates before us intimate that the fiscal year-end outturn for 2025-2026 is likely to be stronger than previously projected. This is due to higher tax revenues, obviously coming from communities such as Cap Estate and Bonte and Rodney Bay and Rodney Heights and Corinth. We know where we get our taxes from. And lower overall expenditure relative to the approved budget. Mr. Speaker, recurrent revenue is projected at $1.63 billion, 2% above expected projections. And so, Mr. Speaker, the current surplus is projected to exceed $243.6 million, which is 22% above the budgeted level, as St. Lucia continues to do even better than expected by the economists, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, it is no surprise that the Minister of Finance can now make one of the biggest investments in youth and young people in our communities in the history of this nation, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I will admit that perhaps it is the athlete in me. Perhaps, like they say, you can take the boy off the field, but you cannot never take the field of sports from the boy. Perhaps it is the competitive nature of an athlete that has me excited about the education sector in this country, Mr. Speaker. It has me excited because of the work of the St. Lucia Labour Party over the years. It has me excited because of the work of the member from Dennery North over the last 5 years, Mr. Speaker. And now the baton can be passed on to the member from Gros Islet and the member from Beaufort South to take education to another level in this great nation, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, in the summary of total expenditure, we see an estimate of $275,730,800 to the Department of Education. And so, in Head 52, we see, Mr. Speaker, that this capital and recurrent expenditure is of a significant amount. Mr. Speaker, the St. Lucia Labour Party government is the party of educational transformation in this nation. There is no doubt about that. And Mr. Speaker, let me put this August chamber and all of St. Lucia on notice that we are going to take education to another level with an energy, with a fire, with a snowball effect like no other ever experienced. Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Finance has given this ministry a mandate Take education to the streets. Take it to the beaches. Take it to the mountains. Take it to the hills. Take it to the length and breadth of this country. And that is what we will do. The Minister of Finance has given us the mandate to ensure that education becomes even more inclusive in this country. Take it to those with special needs on another level. Take it to those with special skills on another level. Take it to those who initially lost hope on another level, Mr. Speaker. And that is what we are going to do. So, Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Finance has placed in this budget the resources needed to deal with some of the gaps in the education system. So under Head 52, subsection 1067, we see skills training to marginalized and unemployed persons, $700,000, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, heavy focus on boys on the blocks to upskill the unemployed, and of course, to develop the underemployed person towards a CVQ, a certificate that gives them the authority and the ability to get off the blocks and seek employment in what they like to do, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Head 52, again, Mr. Speaker, Reality Males Project. Mr. Speaker, we've had constant conversations, and you see them and all the machinations on social media about crime numbers and statistics, sometimes in a déclassé level, gloating that another crime was committed in this country, Mr. Speaker. And sometimes you wonder, why are they so excited? Why are they so excited about crimes being committed in this country? But this government is using and transforming the education sector to ensure that our young men have a different way. And so you see the Reality Males Project. The aim is to expand training opportunities that promote employment and entrepreneurship, reducing youth idleness, crime, and poverty. This program will be done virtually, Mr. Speaker. And when I said that the Prime Minister has said, take education, not just in the classrooms, but bring it to the mountains and the hills. With this program, any young boy, any young girl who has a device can use it on Mount Jimmy if they want to. And they can participate in this program as $1 million has been allocated for this program, Mr. Speaker. Reality Males Projects. Mr. Speaker, we've had conversations about the Port Project. And while with Port, there's a huge infrastructural component, there's still the skills development component. And so, Mr. Speaker, we see $3,079,693 there for Port. But part of that Port program will have training and capacity building for Form 4 and 5 students who are making career decisions, Mr. Speaker. That is how we are tackling issues of crime and idleness through education, Mr. Speaker. And so the aim is at reaching our young people earlier as they make critical decisions on the next steps. Mr. Speaker, I must tell you that so far, the energy within the various subsectors in education is palpable. And this government will endeavor to provide as much support to their ambitions as possible. We, upon assuming the mantle of ministers of education, we've met, I've never had so many meetings in my life. We've met with TVET, we've met with CAMDO, we've met with principals, we've met with counselors, we've met with, and Mr. Speaker, I can tell you one thing that is central. One thing that is factual. The education sector that we have in this country is ready for the students and pupils in this country, Mr. Speaker. They are enthusiastic, Mr. Speaker. And when I met with those counselors, Mr. Speaker, you could see the fire burning in them, Mr. Speaker. You can see the desire for more, Mr. Speaker. And they tell you stories of there being one counselor And it's supposed to be a ratio of 1 counselor to, let's say, 30, but it's the ratio of 1 to 150 students, and they need more. They never complained. They never wavered. They just believed that they can do more with more help, Mr. Speaker. And now, Mr. Speaker, when we were at that meeting, member for Viewfort South, and we said the Prime Minister has something in the budget for y'all, they said, we've heard that before. And I can see the one who said that chuckling at this present moment. They said that we've heard that so many times before. But in this budget, Mr. Speaker, 10 new councillors funded for the people, the young people who are suffering from mental issues, Mr. Speaker. The psychosocial support in our schools, Mr. Speaker. The social workers, the councillors, Mr. Speaker, that have to deal with the issues at home, on the blocks, in the communities, Mr. Speaker. And so we are giving them more support. And God only knows what counseling does for people in this country, Mr. Speaker. We'll talk about that more during policy, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance has said to us as Ministers of Education, go to the blocks and get any young man or woman that is under the age of 17 and out of school. Get them back in school, Mr. Speaker. Get them back in school. And he has set out to get the database of these young people not attending school, Mr. Speaker. And he has backed that up. I must say, and we should all congratulate the former Commissioner Pelius for a great job in dealing with truancies in our communities, Mr. Speaker. She is another individual on fire in the education sector right now. And so, Mr. Speaker, we have in our budget 3 more truancy officers employed under the Ministry of Education, Mr. Speaker. And so, I am putting these young people on notice that believe they like to duvet instead of going to school. We will find you. I am putting those young people on notice that believe when they are suspended is a time for bon temps. We are putting a mechanism in place, a program for when you get suspended, for you to be in an active environment, Mr. Speaker. We are taking it to the people. Mr. Speaker, another department on fire is Camdo, Mr. Speaker. And when I met with the individuals from Camdo, I said with a smile, because the energy, when you are somebody with energy, energy realizes and recognizes energy. And that Camdo department is energized. They are ready for curriculum development on another level, Mr. Speaker. When we talk about being St. Lucian and what it means, they are working assiduously, Mr. Speaker, on establishing, Mr. Speaker, the heritage of African studies curriculum in this country, Mr. Speaker. Because for too long, the belief of St. Lucia's history is 7 times British, 7 times French, 7 times, like we didn't exist before. We are going in the deep corridors of our history, and we are educating the next generation on what it truly means to be St. Lucian, Mr. Speaker. And Camdo is on fire. And of course, early childhood education, Mr. Speaker, curriculum development, high on what they are doing. Mr. Speaker, we also met with CARE. And CARE is an institute that has been doing a great service to this country. And this government, I remember the Prime Minister, I nearly said the member for Miku South, but the senator from Miku South, the Honorable Dr. Harak Singh, my Chief Education Officer, my PS, as the Adoni, and of course, Kodra and Danny Butcher, we sat in a room and we had deep discussions on how CARE can deal with the young boys in this country, how we are going to take them away from where they are heading in the wrong direction, put them in a proper program, and set them on the path of development, Mr. Speaker. This is what's in this budget, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, this government has been a government providing as much support as possible to families in the education sector. The Minister of Finance has further committed on strengthening social safety nets within the education system. $2.2 million to cover facilities fees for more than 2,600 students in this country, Mr. Speaker. That is the priority of the St. Lucia Labour Party. 4 CXC subjects covered, an additional $357,459 budgeted to take that number to 5 CXCs covered in this country, Mr. Speaker. And that will impact 2,100 students, Mr. Speaker, in the financial year. Mr. Speaker, school feeding, an additional $1,833,106, Mr. Speaker, for feeding our children. And the Minister of Health would tell you, good nutrition means good brain health. Good brain health means better performance, Mr. Speaker. That is the philosophy of the St. Lucia Labour Party. 7,500 students to benefit from this intervention. And Mr. Speaker, when the member for Castries East said, eat bananas, eat what you grow what you eat, they laughed and criticized. And now with our 1 banana a day program, I'm being stopped on the streets and saying, Monsieur, that Prime Minister and that member from Dennery North, they're really onto something, you know. 2,966 students across 13 schools have been eating 1 banana a day in this country, Mr. Speaker. And I don't want to get to the nutritional and be too pedantic about the nutritional component of bananas. Magnesium for good sleep, good muscle support, potassium for all cells in the body, Mr. Speaker, and hydration. That is what we're giving them every single day. Yes, I say a doctor too. I study it. That is what the Prime Minister, this member from Dennery North, ensured happen in our education sector. And you ask, what were they doing before? Mr. Speaker, 1 university graduate per household. Last year, this government allocated $8,336,158 to support this initiative, Mr. Speaker. 25 full scholarships with Monroe, 70 bursaries at Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, 1,400 students have benefited from this initiative under the St. Lucia Labour Party government, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, financial contributions towards Bachelors of Nursing, Bachelors of Science in Nursing, Mr. Speaker. $67,500, Mr. Speaker. 121 students impacted, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, we will discuss more of this when we come to the policy debate. I've never been so excited for a policy debate in my life, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, we'll move on to sports, Mr. Speaker. The Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Head 54. Total estimate, $15,810,700. And let me just say, first and foremost, congratulations to Viewfort Secondary School. I will admit that our first island champs, I as minister, indicated that we were going to tabulate the points for both the boys and girls champions to have an overall champion. And that year, Viewfort Comprehensive won. But I was outvoted, and I live in a democracy, and you want to keep your staff, your technocrats, enthusiastic about sports, and they said it would disadvantage the likes of convent and college, so we should be identifying a boys' champs and a girls' champs. And so since then, we've done it that way. But if we were to tabulate every single year of Island Champs so far, you would have Viewfort Comprehensive on top, and you would have Miku Secondary in the top 3 or 4 in every year, Mr. Speaker. So something is going well in athletics in the South, Mr. Speaker. They have been dominating. But congratulations to St. Joseph's Convent, back-to-back champions, 4 in a row in the girls' championships, Mr. Speaker. Congratulations to Sports Academy, finishing 3rd, and of course, St. Mary's College finishing 2nd in the boys' championships, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for financial year 2025-2026, the government of St. Lucia instituted its robust investment into athletes all over this country. This is why we saw an increase in the grants and contributions, that vote of 238%. This facilitated the payments of stipends to semi-professional athletes, in terms of cricketers, Mr. Speaker. And there was an allowance, Mr. Speaker, of $250,000 for the relocation of Laverne Spencer, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me tell you something about this government. This government has been the government of sports development history in this country, Mr. Speaker. Under the member from Dennery North, Mr. Speaker, we remember his work with Laverne Spencer and providing financial support. He continued it with Julian Alfred. And we know that there was a time where they had something described as a... There were all investigations. They had a lull. But Mr. Speaker, I will jog your memory of that figure, $250,000, because this was the amount that we must never make them forget, allocated to Julian Alfred in the budget the year before Olympics for her to transition from a collegiate athlete to a professional athlete. And so for that year, she had one job. She did not have to go to work as in times before. She did not have to worry about a physiotherapist, mental training, playing of coaches, strength training. This was taken care of by this St. Lucia Labour Party government. And the next year, with her being supported and with the work she has done as an individual, she was able to bring glory to this great country, Mr. Speaker. And so now you see in our manifesto that we are going to transition from the Sports Academy to the Laverne Spencer Center for Sporting Excellence, Mr. Speaker. And we have ensured that we put everything in place for her return as we develop the next high jumper, the next athlete in this country, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, you've seen our investment, Mr. Speaker, in our athletes never seen before. Semi-professional cricketers, paid. Semi-professional footballers, paid. People getting economic activity from sports, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, we see this year the return of Black Hat in May, Mr. Speaker, and I'm excited about it. And we had this break last year because of the amount of infrastructural work we had in our sporting facilities. We had to develop our sporting facilities. And so we did not have Black Hat last year. But this year we are hoping that we have Black Hat north, south, east, and west in this country. But it's coming in May, Mr. Speaker. And so I cannot wait. We see veterans football taking their place for the elderly in our sports fraternity, and we want to encourage them to continue to soldier on. So, Speaker, there was a variance of $1.5 million between approved capital estimates for financial year 2025-2026, mainly due to the upgrades in sporting facilities. And I will list them out. When they come and they talk about NLA and they talk about nothing going on in sports, Mr. Speaker, here are the facts. Balata playing field, Mr. Speaker. Concrete bridge built to that playing field, a much needed intervention for the people of Balata and Babono and the cricketers in this country. Foasaw playing field, pathway and railings. Foasaw court, painting and refurbishment. Chase Garden court, painting and refurbishment. Marsha playing field, drainage system. Dennery cricket ground. Dairy So court, Miku court. Oje playing field, surface works ongoing. Soufre mini stadium rehabilitation and Igade Bell. National colors in Soufre, Mr. Speaker. Tetshime playing field surface. Canaries playing field. Grand River playing field, boundary wall. Rivemita court fencing and surfacing. Black Bay court fencing, Mr. Speaker. Philip Masley grounds. Brand new LED lights installed at the Philip Masley grounds. And we are coming in Viewfort in sports development, Mr. Speaker. Larissus Dennery North lights change, Mr. Speaker. Forester playing field, side prep lights and resurfacing, Mr. Speaker. And I can go on, but we'll leave that for policy, Mr. Speaker. Because every single constituency in this parliament, every constituency now has a playing facility lit by the St. Lucia Labour Party, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, we're going to continue to soldier on, Mr. Speaker. My youth development unit, Mr. Speaker, many milestones, Mr. Speaker. Summer enrichment program. Mr. Speaker, can I beg that you let me know when half an hour is up, because I have to go into Gros Islet, all right? So far, gone? Yeah? Summer enrichment program, Mr. Speaker, because look at fair shaitan. We look at fair shy. For those of you who can understand part well, we're doing a lot. Summer enrichment program, Youth Development Unit successfully delivered a structured summer enrichment program designed to promote youth engagement, skill development, and positive social interactions, Mr. Speaker. 16 camps island-wide, Mr. Speaker. 534 participants, 88 volunteers, Mr. Speaker. Locations, Soufre, again, Deriso, Babono, Labri, Micoud North, Castries East, Chozel, Vieux-Fort, Castries South, Castries North, Dennery, and Slurry. You'll notice it wasn't in Gros Islet. We will get it there this year. It impact, improve youth engagement, reduce idleness, strengthen social skills, provide voluntarism opportunities, Mr. Speaker. The Youth Service Corps, Mr. Speaker, this program, the implementation went very well in 2025-2026. The Youth Development Unit strengthened public-private collaboration. This is where these young individuals leaving secondary school or tertiary education in search of an employment, this is the bridge we offer them to get some experience. Because in times past, when you leave secondary school, they say you have no experience. When you leave Sir Arthur Lewis, you have no experience. And so this Youth Service Corps is supposed to provide that bridge of experience, Mr. Speaker. 9 young people, beneficiaries, locations in all various credit unions, the private sector coming in, and we have many Youth Service Corps workers doing their job. Increased access to work-based learning opportunities, and of course, it enhanced employability skills, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we held the National Youth Awards, Mr. Speaker, in 2025, and of course, 350 persons were in attendance, 22 young individuals awarded, Mr. Speaker, and we continue to develop our youth in this country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in the financial year, we also did the National Youth Policy. It was successfully presented and approved by Cabinet, establishing and strengthening this framework to guide youth development, Mr. Speaker. And I want to congratulate the new executive of the National Youth Council. We have met, we've had conversation, and I can tell you they have energy too, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, right now I want to turn my attention to this budget, 2026-2027, and what's in it for the people and the country of Gros Islet, Mr. Speaker. Yes. I will say it again. I'm now turning my attention to the 2026-2027 budget heads and what's in it for the people of the country of Gros Islet, Mr. Speaker. The currency is still EC. We're still in the Eastern Caribbean. We have hotel, we have police station. Don't even start with me. Mr. Speaker, under the Ministry of Tourism for the budget year 2025-2026, we completed the Gros Islet recreational facility for the people of Gros Islet, Mr. Speaker. Finally, Mr. Speaker, project done under the Ministry of Tourism for our tourists to come in and enjoy the ambience of the country of Gros Islet, Mr. Speaker. And so we have some of our challenges, but we are dealing with it, Mr. Speaker. We have to understand the population is larger than St. Kitts, larger than many other islands, Mr. Speaker. Under financial year 2025, Mr. Speaker, we saw our hotel sector burgeon in the constituency and the country of Gros Islet. Brand new Secrets Hotel, Mr. Speaker. Bay Gardens, Mr. Speaker, increasing their room stock, Mr. Speaker. Mount Pima, Mr. Speaker. People say Mount Pima, but I grew up knowing that Mount Pima, the mountain of pepper. But all of a sudden, everywhere, Mount Pima. When I was growing Gros Islet, that's what I used to say, and I think we need to pronounce it correctly. That's a national project. The country of Gros Islet. Mr. Speaker, vending stalls on Redry Beach, Mr. Speaker, to increase the hotel vibe and the touristic vibe in the constituency. And Mr. Speaker, there is one thing of note. All hotels in Gros Islet are increasing their room stock, including, Mr. Speaker, a hotel in Rodney Bay. Including a hotel in Rodney Bay. increasing their room stock. Why? Why are they increasing their room stock? I think the hotel is Coco. Somebody help me. Coco? Pam? Increasing their room stock. This is because of the work of this St. Lucia Labour Party in strengthening our tourism sector, Mr. Speaker. And so, when you hear them talk and bloviate all over the place, you wonder if they're living in an alternate reality.
Member, you have 30
Mr.
minutes
Speaker.
left.
30 minutes? Yeah. Yes, well, I'm on to Gros Islet, so wait, good. Mr. Speaker, line item, in fact, head 43, Ministry of Infrastructure, Mr. Speaker. All of us get excited in Gros Islet when there is any presentation on infrastructure. That is because it's a fact. The infrastructural development of Gros Islet is of the major concern to residents. That is their main concern. Infrastructural development. And Mr. Speaker, we have a little cabinet joke about development-sensitive constituencies, Mr. Speaker. And everybody have a different definition for development-sensitive constituencies. I will say that Gros Islet is by far the most development-sensitive constituency. That is because, and we saw it in the last election, any Minister of Finance that deals with the constituency of Gros Islet in an avenue that seems fair, that develops the infrastructure of Gros Islet, bound to have a resounding victory in this country, Mr. Speaker. 90% of 180,000 people come to Gros Islet at some point in the calendar year, Mr. Speaker. 90%. And I would even argue more. And so when you go to Gros Islet and you see the infrastructural development in Gros Islet, it represents a government that is thinking about the future of St. Lucia. It yields that feeling when you're in Gros Islet that you have a government that is working. And so, under infrastructure, we got a lot done. We got a lot done. And while some members like to hide what they got done in their constituencies, I do not have that luxury, because Gros Islet is a country. You have to report to the country, whether it is on social media or in Parliament. That is why over 4 years I've had a visual presentation, because I understand my people of Gros Islet. The middle class people like to see what you are doing. That's a fact. You have to understand your people. And so I will say what we did. Basically, Norbert Road, very close to being complete. Monsitor to Rivemito Road, very close to being complete. Ragery Monjuro Road, complete. Ashkosh Drive, complete. Mikey Pilgrim Road, complete. Asu Canal 1, complete. Asu Canal 2, complete. Asu Canal 3, complete. Piat near Jean, complete. Piat Road leading to the Anthony's and Hazel, the worst road in Gros Islet, complete, Mr. Speaker. Road near former principal of Compre, Mr. Joseph in Piat, on the way, Mr. Speaker. Road leading to Tipa, in progress, Mr. Speaker. Road to Pringles, the great artist in St. Lucia, nearing completion, Mr. Speaker. Road near Kawash in Marishill, complete. Road into Diridu, 95% complete. Bois Road next to the plaza, complete. Bois Road, David Christopher, in progress. Road near Grand Riviere Health Center, complete. Ragery next to gas station has started. Moulava Road, the Charles family, on the way, very near, 99.9% complete. Expansion of the old military road. And Mr. Speaker, I must stop there. Mr. Speaker, they built a road in Bonte. They nearly made the road half the size it previously was. Half the size. Mr. Speaker, people avoided passing on old military road. Every other week, an accident. Mr. Speaker, it took this government, this parliamentary rep, to ensure that we expanded the old military road for the people of St. Lucia, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, in Bonte, Road near Peter Alexander, complete, Mr. Speaker. Continued work on Margaret de Turville Road, Mr. Speaker, in Casaba. Commencement of works between Casaba and Beausejour Link Road. Road Deramo Moshi, that's near the Mothers and Fathers Hall. On the way. Commencement of the Tido Fair Road. Valerie Lord Avenue Road, complete with a few more roads to the Lords and on the other side. Black and White Road, Mr. Speaker. And the member for Soufrière would tell you about Black and White Corinth. Tell you about Black and White Corinth. The first election when we came in, yours truly won Corinth by 1,200 votes. By the time we finished with Corinth, Balfini, Villonsac. This time around, we won Corinth by 2,000 votes. And the Prime Minister made a mandate, and the people of Black and White took it seriously, that he wants to win Gros Islet by 3,000, and if they get him vexed, 4,000. And I can tell you, the community of Black and White mobilized an historic victory in Gros Islet, Mr. Speaker. Acholma, you pe Vini Corinth, you pes pa Vinila. Sorti. Bella Rosa Road, Mr. Speaker, on the way. And now, Mr. Speaker, Julian Hunt Highway, 4-lane, on the way for the people of St. Lucia, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the story must be told about the Julian Hunt Highway, and it must be retold at every juncture. Mr. Speaker, the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party, they engaged the Kuwaiti government, and the now Prime Minister got a loan. And the agreement was to deal with the feeder roads in the constituency of Gros Islet. But there is something that has not been said for a while. This Minister of Finance also started work on the bridges. And so you saw the expanded work on the Bois Bridge, Mr. Speaker. You saw the expanded work on the Bonte Bridge. And now when I look at the designs, it is a symbiotic relationship between design and the vision of the member for Castries East, Mr. Speaker. These 4 lanes are ready, Mr. Speaker. And what did they do? You ask have. Mr. Speaker, still on the head 43. Mr. Speaker, there is one particular community that has really hurt my heart. I've gone to bed at nights with them on my mind, and they know it. I've said it to the senior minister when he was the Minister of Infrastructure, that I go to sleep with Flamboyant Drive on my mind. It's simple. November 6th trough was a turning point in the lives of these people. In a 2-hour span, homes were under water, Mr. Speaker. Homes were under water. And that is why I have been up and down the Ministry of Infrastructure, begging and asking and pleading that the interventions needed in Flamboyant Drive be dealt with now. It is not because I have this personal desire. It is because every time it rains, whether I'm in St. Lucia, whether I'm in Vieux-Fort or I'm in Timbuktu, they don't like us to use Timbuktu, anywhere in the world, and I hear the showers on the rooftop, Mr. Speaker, I remember Flamboyant Drive. And these people, Mr. Speaker, as I said, they're from the community of Corinth. And they still, despite the fact that we've not done the retaining walls along the river that I am so concerned about, despite the fact that we've only patched their roads, and I am so concerned about, these people on December 1st still marched in their numbers to the Corinth Secondary School and voted for the St. Lucia Labour Party, Mr. Speaker. These people, almost every house, went to the polling station and voted in confidence in me, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have to do something about Flamboyant Drive, Mr. Speaker, because I can guarantee that anything that happens in that area again, they will be blamed in one direction. But the people deserve it, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, under disaster mitigation, Mr. Speaker, we see $13.46 million. And of course, the communities from Boyan Drive, Asu Canal, Bois d'Orge, Piat, River-Mita, these areas with waterways, Mr. Speaker, we need retaining wall structures. Thankfully, the Minister of Finance started some work in the Corinth-Asu Canal area. We have to continue it all the way through, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, rivers and water cost maintenance, yes, Bonte. Mr. Speaker, the river, we always need to ensure that we desilt it. The Ministry of Infrastructure has been very good at ensuring that we do that. Of course, the Bois d'Orge area, the Bois d'Orge Bridge, very sensitive area as well. Corinth, Inglewoods in the Grand River area. We've started some works on the drain, and we certainly want to continue, Mr. Speaker. Still under head 43, thank you, member for Denry South. National Road Rehabilitation Program. Mr. Speaker, we know that we have a middle-class community in Gros Islet. And you can ask the former MP, any parliamentary rep who believes they can come in the final 16 months of a tenure and come and start to build roads, they see through it quickly. That is why I'm so appreciative of the member for Castries North and the member for Castries East, ensuring that every year we got roads fixed and we could tick off roads in the constituency of Gros Islet, because coming to do it last minute will be your doom. And so, Monnier continue to have a lot of roads in need of rehabilitation. Lafayette, the Kaimaja area, Labon, Cap Estate, and I can see the Taylors, I can see some of the other individuals in that community saying, Minister, when? Moshi, Mr. Speaker, Sugar City, Marisil, Inglewoods, Casaba, that Boseju Link Road, Rivière-Mita to Moshi Link Road, Massad, Bois d'Orge, Tuya, Marisil, Corinth, White Rock, Norbert, Vieux-Sequi, Montsepa, Degazor, Bonte, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'll move on from the Ministry of Infrastructure and I'll go to Head 51, Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Gender, and Older Persons. The nomenclature sometimes baffles me. Community After School Program, Mr. Speaker, I was thankful that under the former Minister for Castries Southeast, we were able to have a community after school program. We in Moshi, it's a community in need of these interventions, a lot of cultural talent in terms of the music program, violinists, a very good program, Mr. Speaker, and we expect that to continue under the member for Soufrière. Homework support, ICT support, Mr. Speaker, I would endeavor to say that Gros Islet Town is in need of an after-school program. I've used some of my CDP for interventions, but we have a lot of social issues as this population between the Gap and Gros Islet, with all the surrounding areas, over 4,000 people living in that area. So in terms of after-school programs, it's very well needed. Rehabilitation of human resource centers, the Gros Islet HRDC, the Minister of National Security made provision for the police to house their operations at the Gros Islet HRDC. They are in the process of moving to their state-of-the-art facility on the main road, and so we need to do some rehabilitation work to get the Human Resource Development Center back to the people of Gros Islet. Deromo Center is also one that has not been given attention for a very long time. Mr. Speaker, still in Head 51, Elderly Affairs, estimated $1.1 million, Mr. Speaker. I see for elder care program, and that's in Soufrière, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have a challenge in Gros Islet as it pertains to elder care. And again, it goes back to the population explosion over the last 25 years. A number of elder people in the constituency do not have caregivers. Mr. Speaker, if you look at my CDP allocation, most of my allocation goes into employing more elder care workers in the community. And so, Mr. Speaker, we have identified a location, and we certainly hope that concurrently at least, while Soufrière is getting their home for the elderly, we can find one in Gros Islet, Mr. Speaker. We know the communities of Grand Rivière, those communities of Moshi, a lot of elderly people would welcome this initiative. Mr. Speaker, social protection services, social programs, Mr. Speaker, we instituted a few in Gros Islet. The peanut butter pantry, we continue to work with Rice and Lucia to provide breakfast material. We've expanded from doing it just for Gros Islet. Now we get requests from as far as Vieux-Fort and Labrie for interventions. I can tell you, I'll bring the facts. Individuals moving up north and going to work in the hotels with 3 or 4 children, benefiting from the peanut butter pantry while they change their lives, Mr. Speaker. We'll continue, Mr. Speaker. I'm doing that under my CDP, Mr. Speaker. Development 101, Mr. Speaker, program for young people in the community, life skills, Mr. Speaker. Doing that under my CDP, Mr. Speaker. I'm telling you, you will understand just now. I come to you. Head 37, Mr. Speaker. Ministry of National Security, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in the budget year 2025-2026, we saw in Gros Islet the establishment of a divisional headquarters for the people of the North, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will always smile when this picture comes up. I will always appreciate the member for Castries East and Prime Minister who understood the plight of the people in Gros Islet. This is a national developed center for the entire north of this country. We're talking about a gun range for the police. We're talking about basketball courts for recreation, a gym, Mr. Speaker. We're talking about, Mr. Speaker, state-of-the-art, the best police facility in the entire Eastern Caribbean, Mr. Speaker. And I'm eternally grateful on behalf of the people of Gros Islet. You know how many votes all of you all get for that. I put in Gros Islet. Mr. Speaker, we also have the traffic department that will form part of this. Protective gear and bulletproof vests provided to Gros Islet Police, Mr. Speaker. Ammunition, Mr. Speaker. We are internally grateful for the focus on our police in this constituency, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move to Head 48, Housing, Local Government, and Urban Renewal, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have a big concern in Gros Islet. The Gros Islet Cemetery is
Remember,
almost...
you have 15 minutes left.
Wow. Wow. The Gros Islet Cemetery is almost out of capacity, Mr. Speaker. Yes. Yes. We have a huge issue in Gros Islet. We are very close to 98%, Mr. Speaker. Mayor has written, powers that be in terms of the ministry is aware. We have a situation that we must deal with, Mr. Speaker. I see $2.9 million for expansion of cemeteries, Mr. Speaker. We will be having conversations in the not too distant future. Town and village councils, $3.3 million, Mr. Speaker. We know the recent history. Gros Islet moved from being a town council into a constituency council, which means gone are the days when the employers were only responsible for the Gros Islet town. We have the same employers now responsible for the constituency, including Cap Estate, including Bonte, Moshi, Corinth, Bois-d'Orge, Marisil, Rodney Bay, Rodney Heights, Mr. Speaker. And when people go to Rodney Bay, they say, oh my God, is the council doing anything? And I feel it hurts when I hear that, because I know they are so significantly understaffed. And so, Mr. Speaker, we have made the plea. We did get some support, some additional support to go to the outskirts, Mr. Speaker, but we need something more permanent. It is a fact that there are more council workers in Vieux-Fort South, almost 3 times the amount. It's an anomaly that exists in Gros Islet Town, Mr. Speaker. It is an anomaly that must be fixed. And so we're looking for a permanent resolution. The Minister of Finance has charged me with the responsibility of crunching the numbers, and we will be coming back to him very soon so we can deal with some of those issues, Mr. Speaker. And while we are there, Mr. Speaker, I want to talk about the National Housing Assistance Program, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in the year 2025-2026, Mr. Speaker, let me say the figure. We see under that head $1 million, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the total outstanding applications for housing repairs, the total number of individuals who've brought in invoices in the constituency of Gros Islet for housing repairs, 671 people on a list. Last November, we officially closed the program. We had no choice. 671 persons. I've been using my CDP as well. I'm telling you. So when the member for Castries East gives me roads and that sort of thing, I'm happy because my CDP has to be used. It has to be used. Mr. Speaker, for 671 people, the total amount of invoices come up to $915,363.82. It's a fact. Yes. The entire budget. So far, I can report that we have done 662, Mr. Speaker, a lot of it through CDP in the 4.5 years in government, Mr. Speaker. I'm letting Gros Islet know that they need to be... No. We've done about 3 houses. But in terms of contributions, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, we've been able to touch 662. We cannot do 662 houses like that. That's impossible. Yes. So we've had a couple elderly people in the community that have been in really poor condition, and for a long time they've been complaining, so we would have done a house similar to that for them. But generally, it's the 2,000, to fix a flooring, to fix a roof. So 3,000 has brought the number in Gros Islet to 662 individuals. I am proud of that number, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, it's a challenge. I'm going to continue to ask the Gros Islet people for patience. I know some of you have had your invoices there for more than a year, in some cases 2 years, but we will endeavor under our CDP and the program and the generosity of the member for Castries East to hit as many of you as possible, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, under urban renewal, and that is where I come to the member for Castries South. The member for Castries South has a very good program in his ministry, the tourism development program, Mr. Speaker, the community tourism program. Mr. Speaker, there is no doubt in my mind, and it should not be a doubt in anybody's mind here, that Rodney Bay is not just a Gros Islet area. Rodney Bay is a national area where tourists gather, Mr. Speaker. I have been using my CDP, it's a fact, to try to maintain Rodney Bay, Mr. Speaker. I have been trying to use my CDP. That is my challenge in Rodney Bay. It is an area for tourists. It's an area we all go to, Mr. Speaker. And we have a ministry for urban renewal. Urban renewal is not just Castries. Urban renewal is not Castries. Tell me where in St. Lucia is more urbanized than Rodney Bay. Tell me. Mr. Speaker, we must get some finances to deal with Rodney Bay. We must establish a beautification program for Rodney Bay. A sign, welcome to the Rodney Bay Strip. Garbage bins, Mr. Speaker. We need a different surface. Eastern European surface with tiles for Rodney Bay, Mr. Speaker. That is the tourism area we have in St. Lucia. Who
Remember, you have 5 minutes left.
My God. Yeah. Give me an extra 10 minutes. Give me an extra 10. Please. Just 10. I'm wrapping up. No, extra 5. Yeah, just? Okay. Yes, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Somebody
and so, Mr. Speaker, I have to plead.
Somebody has to move the motion because they are timed on the record. And I don't want to be accused by the member of Viewford South.
Mr. Speaker, I'll wrap up in 5. So, Mr. Speaker, I have to make that plea for the support of Cabinet colleagues and, of course, the member for Castries East, the Minister of Finance, and, of course, the member for Castries South, to help me out in establishing Rodney Bay and putting it where we all know we should have it, for sure, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, the housing development project, Mr. Speaker, I remember we had some designs for Casabah. As a team player, I saw the benefit of it moving over to Babono, to Talvan development, but we still have lands available for a condo-style development of housing in the constituency of Gros Islet. Mr. Speaker, Head 41, the fishing facilities, Mr. Speaker, I see $800,000 there, and I must be thankful to the member for Dennery South, who did most of the work in establishing the administrative ring at the Gros Islet Fisheries Complex. And of course, the new Minister of Agriculture, the member for Castries South East, have been working to officially open and hand over this new wing to the people and the fishers of Gros Islet, Mr. Speaker. We also distributed gear to fishers, Mr. Speaker. And again, under my CDP, FADs, Mr. Speaker, been working with the fishers to do some FADs, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that they get those fish aggregating devices for more fish to come to the constituency. Mr. Speaker, we will speak about water in the policy debate, Mr. Speaker, but under my CDP, Mr. Speaker, we've given over 100 water tanks. We know the challenges, Mr. Speaker, and that's why I appreciate the member for Castries East. So when you're all crying that Gros Islet again, all on roads, I cannot do both. Under my social program, we had this situation with Wasco, Mr. Speaker. We know the challenges in Capet State. We know the challenges in Degazor, Piat, and I can hear somebody saying, I still have my invoice there and I get my water tank yet. We are coming. Once I get my CDP allocation again, we'll be clearing the numbers. And of course, over 100 water tanks distributed in the constituency of Gros Islet under our social program from CDP, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, under Head 53, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Mr. Speaker, expansion of the Gros Islet Polyclinic, Mr. Speaker. I am proud of the expansion, Mr. Speaker. The work's being done will continue, Mr. Speaker, and we will finally get to a point where we have 24-hour services at the Gros Islet Polyclinic for the people, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, land acquisition, Crown lands, Mr. Speaker, we have in the office set up a department specific to dealing with Crown lands in Gros Islet. So the people of Labon, we are coming. These people who have been living there for over 30 years, Labon, we are coming. Deramo, we are coming. And of course, Montsepa, we are very advanced. Prime Minister came there before the election of 2021, told these people that they will get in their land, and finally, we are about to distribute their papers to them, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, we have a lot to discuss in the policy debate in April. I am excited about this financial year. I would like to take this moment to humbly express my gratitude, Mr. Speaker. Please allow me to begin by acknowledging and giving thanks to God, whose guidance, wisdom, and grace have been instrumental in my journey. Despite the lies, the propaganda, and everything they have spewed, the people of Gros Islet know their humble servant, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the people of Gros Islet for their support on December 1st, Mr. Speaker, in the general elections. I want to thank my mommy love. I want to thank Caroline Casimir for always being here at every juncture in my life. And some people always refer to me as a mama's boy, but I believe my blessings, and I believe the member for Dennery North can relate, the blessings of the spirit of your mother in the household does tremendous for you as an individual. She lives with me, and her prayers and her guidance I can feel day and night. I want to thank my father, Stephen Webby Gustav, the rest of the extended family in Labon, in Grand Rivière, before Merlin get vexed, in Monchy, in Gros Islet Town, Bois d'Orange, Lafayette, that continue to pray for me daily as I strive for sustainable development in the country of Gros Islet. Mr. Speaker, I will never leave out my constituency group, Kenny Hyacinth from the team, the Constituency Council, Mayor Dupal, Sharon and the crew, the SLP Women's Organization, Red Generation Youth Group, and the 400 members of my election day machinery, headed by the competent firm of Alexis Taylor and Neptune, that ensured a sweet victory in this constituency of Gros Islet. Mr. Speaker, over 8,000 votes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, a margin of more than 4,300, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we will not take our foot off the gas. We are developing Gros Islet together. And so, Mr. Speaker, I give my full support to this estimate of revenue and expenditure for the year 2026-2027. Power to the people.
Power to the people.